I hope you liked my Revolutionary War puppet show. Students, I'd love for you to put on a similar kind of puppet show for your families. You could even add more information if you have gone on to the alternative learning plans and you went to the biographies for social studies and read even more information. You can share more facts you know about these people. And last but not least, I want to share the answers with you to make sure that you've got them all right. So first we had George Washington. He served as the commander-in-chief during the Revolutionary War. Commander-in-chief of the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War. Then we have Thomas Jefferson. He wrote the Declaration of Independence. Next we have Patrick Henry. He is famous for saying, "Give me liberty or give me death." Then we had the Marquis de Lafayette. He was the Frenchman who helped the Americans win the Revolutionary War at Yorktown. And then last we had James Lafayette, who was a spy who helped the Americans to win the Revolutionary War too. All right, now make sure, if you made the puppets, make sure you save these two puppets, George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, because we'll need them for next week for the post-Revolutionary War. Post means after. So the post-Revolutionary War puppet show, you'll need these two guys again. Hey, welcome back for the post-Revolutionary War puppet show. So post means after. So now we're talking about what's happening in the United States right after the Revolutionary War. So you'll see we have these 4 important people that you'll need to make for your puppet show today. So just like last week, you can use straws or pencils, paper clips, popsicle sticks, whatever your family will let you use. And again, if you don't have a printer, you could draw a picture and you can write the words. So after the Revolutionary War, after America won its independence from Great Britain in 1783 at Yorktown, we have this beginning of a brand new country. We're talking about the very beginning of the United States of America. And so these men that we're going to learn about today were the people who wrote the important documents or papers for the beginning of our country. So for today's play, we're going to do it a little bit differently. I know some people might not like putting on a show, but some people like games. So today, and like remember last week we did a show like Who Am I? Today we're doing Who Said That? And we're going to make it a game. So I've still got my little puppets, my little people. We have George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and George Mason. So these 4 people are the people who you're going to need to know. So I have these down and I'll hold them up when it's time to answer them. When we ask the question, who said that? All right, let's get started. I am known as the father of the Constitution. Who said that? Father of the Constitution. James Madison. Next. I'm known as the father of the country. The father of the country. George Washington. I wrote the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Who wrote the Constitution and the Bill of Rights? James Madison. I wrote the Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, which states that all people should be free to worship as they please. Thomas Jefferson. I wrote the Virginia Declaration of Rights, which states that all Virginians should have many rights, including freedom of religion and freedom of the press. George Mason. I was the first president of the United States. My strong leadership served as a model of leadership for future presidents. I think you knew that one. George Washington. I believe in compromise to reach an agreement together. James Madison. And I kept detailed notes during the Constitutional Convention. James Madison again. All right, I hope that you can practice them in different orders, because there's a lot of documents and a lot of people, and it can get kind of confusing. And last but not least, on this same document, I included a dinner table conversation question. So when you're sitting around with your family, this is something that you could talk about. The question is, why is a strong leader an important and necessary part of government? Why is a strong leader an important and necessary part of government? I hope you have great conversations.